J'ai commencé dans le programme BEALS, ce qui est en ce moment l'anglais langue secondaire. Et j'ai changé de programme pour rentrer dans le programme anglais parce qu'il y a plus de polyvalence, il y avait plus de portes qui s'ouvraient quand j'ai pris ce programme.
22 of the 30 required courses for the BA are optional. One can mix and match according to one's own interests and strengths, or in terms of how one wants to challenge oneself.
There's a lot of writing and there's a lot of reading. It's a lot of very interesting subjects. The subjects are very varied. A lot of studies in culture, a lot of studies in both Canadian and intercultural, so English, French, English with immigrant cultures, migrant, First Nations. There's a number of classes which are focused on different applications of language studies. We have classes in editing, we have classes in translation, both English to French, French to English. We have classes in other languages. There's one specific class which is designed to give people an idea of what you can do with various jobs that aren't directly related to English. For example, mediation, public relations.
Students learn how to use contemporary technologies, not only in terms of doing their research and how it applies to humanistic studies, but also in terms of how it applies to professional writing and editing and other kinds of contexts. So there's this wonderful balance that I keep getting to witness on a regular basis of students realizing the practicality of the criticism and theory that they're learning in relation to these other areas. You cannot get this kind of variety doing English literature or even language studies in any other context that I'm aware of in Canada or Quebec.
It makes no difference whether you're an Anglophone or a Francophone. This is probably the most bilingual area I've found.
Most of our students are from Quebec, from different cities and regions of Quebec. And so for many of those students, obviously they come to us because they want to perfect their English and their English language skills, and yet at the same time they're within a cultural context that is familiar. But there's this difference that they get to experience.
I got a friend of mine who I hadn't seen in a couple of years because they'd been gone on stage, and they came back and they said, "Can you check my paper?" And the level of English had skyrocketed. Being originally an Anglophone, 7 years ago I did not speak a word of French, and I never would have thought that it would be possible for me to go to university, let alone in Quebec. Now I'm as comfortable in English as in French, and sometimes I make strange errors because I can't remember which language I'm speaking. And so this experience has been a very enriching experience for my long-term life choices. I don't feel like I'm going to finish the degree and then go, then what? I feel like I'm going to finish the degree and then, I've got some direction.